Hello everybody, it's me Ross and welcome back to another edition of The Boot Room. I'm joined by good old Stuart Watson as we look ahead to Kieran McKenna's first game in charge as town manager. Wycombe Wanderers are in town and the reverse fixture, of course, Stu, we won 4-1. So this should be an interesting encounter. We haven't had a game for 10 days. Of course, the Gillingham game on Boxing Day was postponed, but we're back at it. They've had time on the training ground with the new boss. How are you feeling going into this one? And what did Kieran say in his press conference?
Yeah, that Wycombe game at Adams Park feels like a lifetime ago. It wasn't actually that long ago, the 1st of November, or certainly very early in November. So much has changed, hasn't it, for Ipswich Town? Since then, we have a new man in the dugout who's had to wait a little bit longer for his first game. You could maybe see it as a bit of a blessing in disguise that Boxing Day was off and he's had that little bit of extra time to work with the players. He made it very clear he wanted that game on. The players wanted that on. Gillingham are in a really bad run of form, but obviously COVID is sweeping the nation. So many games called off and Gillingham pulled the plug on that one. But we have a game tomorrow night as it stands. Ipswich have had a couple of cases of COVID in the camp, but certainly nowhere near enough to call things off. So looking forward to this one. We had a near capacity Portman Road for that Sunderland game. Fantastic atmosphere for that. Another 26,000 plus expected for McKenna's first game in charge. Can't wait to see what team he picks, what sort of style of football it is. It's all a bit of an unknown. And Gareth Ainsworth, the Wycombe manager himself, says he has no idea really what to expect from Ipswich going into this one. So we know what to expect from Wycombe. They're big, they're direct, they're physical. They got promoted that way a couple of years ago. It's got them right in the promotion mix again. This time around, they're fifth in the table. Yeah, let's see what this evening has in store for Ipswich Town.
Definitely, and I think the idea is that he may go with the same 11 that got that point against Sunderland. I'm going to got your team below, Stu. Talk about it. 3 at the back, and is any other players coming back from injuries or any COVID cases and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've gone for a predicted 11 of exactly the same against Sunderland because there was so much to like from that performance. Certainly the first half, lots of fight and competitive spirit and big challenges going in. I think 3 at the back suits the personnel currently available best. I think it's a more pragmatic formation when confidence is a little bit low. You've got bodies at the back. You don't get outnumbered in midfield, and you can still have 2 up front that can put themselves about and disrupt the opposition defence as well. So I thought it worked quite nicely. Lots of positives to take from that Sunderland game. I'll be surprised if there's many changes. Obviously, the main caveat, of course, is, and I mentioned this earlier, there has been a little bit of COVID in the camp, unsurprisingly, just by the nature of the way the new variant is going sort of through society at the moment. Ipswich haven't been immune to that. Kieran McKenna has admitted. Raheem Harper, Kyle Edwards, who've both missed games, and Toto Enciala, 3 players that have missed games recently, confirmed that they have all been through COVID. They've served their isolation. They're back in training, but they're not deemed ready to play. So we know none of those 3 will be available. Understandably, sort of kept his cards close to his chest as to others that may not be available tomorrow night. So maybe a player or 2 might drop out of that 11 from Sunderland through sort of enforced means, but I can't see there being many changes through choice from that game against Sunderland.
And Wycombe have had a longer break than us. They've had 2 games postponed. They haven't played, well, since the 11th of December, which was a 2-2 draw against Wycombe. So they're going to be fresh and ready to go. How are you feeling going into this one? Can Town get their first win under the belt with Kieran McKenna in charge? The record books doesn't look so great in past managers. They haven't really got many wins. But what do you reckon then?
Are we going back to Mick McCarthy for a first win for a manager? Obviously, Paul Cook's first game ended in defeat at Gillingham. But Paul Hurst was a draw on the opening day, wasn't it? Lambert, remind me of Paul Lambert.
1-1. Preston.
1-1. I remember him watching the Millwall horrible 3-0 defeat at Millwall from the stands before that. So hopefully they can get a positive result, because we've been saying this for a little while now, haven't we? To be honest, we're at the sort of now or never stage for this. If anything is going to happen from this season, obviously Kieran McKenna and the players are talking about this season's not dead, but it needs to happen soon, and it needs to happen quite spectacularly. But I just want to see a similar type of performance from the Sunderland game, one that will send a big crowd away feeling good about the future, really. McKenna sort of echoed that in his press conference today. He doesn't want to change too much too soon. He just wants to see the baseline, the minimum expectations he has of these players is intensity, running, effort, aggression, winning those duels, everything we saw from that Sunderland game. And then he said, we'll work on the little details as we go along in terms of sort of adding the quality and the little bits that he wants to see as we go along. But I can't see him trying to completely change things overnight. Wycombe, as you mentioned, are on a decent little run. They had a little wobble after the 4-1 defeat to Ipswich. They got thrashed by Burton 5-0 in the Papa John's Trophy. They lost at home to Portsmouth in the league, and they went out of the FA Cup to Hartlepool after a replay. But they've got themselves back together since then. 5 unbeaten going into this one. That includes a 3-0 win at Plymouth, which we know is a difficult place to go. And as I said earlier in this video, we know all about Wycombe, what they are. They've got Hanlon and Vokes up front, who are big physical handfuls. They've got Tafazoli, big centre half, who will come up from set pieces. They're a threat at set pieces with Jacobson's delivery as well. But I was pleased to hear sort of McKenna talking quite good depth about Wycombe. He's got his finger on them exactly. You look at him and you think, here's a guy who's been preparing for Champions League and high-end Premier League games, and how much is he going to know about League One? How much has he watched? But he was at pains this afternoon, this lunchtime, to tell us that he's now watched every game of Ipswich's this season back on video, and he's been trying to sort of get a real handle on the rest of League One as well. He talked in quite good depth, actually, more than probably a lot of previous Ipswich managers, about how he's going to approach this game, how Wycombe try and play over the top of the press, and knows exactly what their strengths and weaknesses are. And I think that's really refreshing for fans to hear from a manager really talking through their game plan and going into depth about sort of injuries and various situations, and just making us all feel sort of part of it and part of the ride, really. So impressed by McKenna's press conference today. Very calm, very measured, very considered, and that gives me a bit of hope going into this match in front of a big crowd. Tough game, no doubt about it. You're going to ask me for a prediction, aren't you, Ross? I'll say an optimistic 1-1. If it's another game like Sunderland and a draw, I think that I'd be happy with that. What about you, my friend?
Well, I had that written down as well, a 1-1 draw. Although it would be good, though, to end 2021. It has been a dramatic year covering and supporting Ipswich Town in 2021. So hopefully Kieran McKenna can end the year on a high with a win. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw as well. I think that will be a good point. A tough game against a physical Wimbledon side. No, Wycombe side. Mixed teams up there, but hopefully it'll be a good game. And as you said, a big crowd. Hopefully everybody enjoys it. And Stu, any other words?
No, I don't think so. Start of a new era, big crowd, new manager. Come on, let's hope. We've missed our football over the festive period. I think everyone's we're going to be really looking forward to this one, myself included. So we go again, and as always, we'll be bringing you all the report, the reaction, everything else on our website. Stick with us. We'll bring you all the latest.